Hello, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. We have a special guest with us this week. We have Rajitha, and we have a special announcement that we're going to be discussing.
Welcome to the Stay at Home Nurse Podcast. I'm your host, Deanna Cooper Gillingham. For over 25 years, I've strived to use my nurse credentials to find work that fit my lifestyle. Whether it was raising my 4 children and 3 fur babies, traveling the world, or moving to Mexico and living on the Caribbean Sea. Sometimes I succeeded, and sometimes I failed, but I always learned from the experience. Now, I want to help you by sharing what worked and what didn't work. There are so many opportunities out there for nurses today. The Stay at Home Nurse Podcast will inspire and equip you to have a nursing career that is meaningful and supports your lifestyle. Now let's get started.
So, hi, Rajitha. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, Deanna. Hello, case managers. How are you guys?
So, I had been talking to Rajitha. We've known each other for quite a while now, and I had been talking to her about my journey that I have been undertaking for my health. As you know, I've been very stressed the last couple of years, getting courses done, getting books done. I've always felt like I've had a deadline, and I've always had a lot of stress. I thought having my own business would take the stress away, but if anything, it made me more stressed because I felt like instead of having one boss, I had everybody in the community that was like counting on me for something. So recently, I have had the 3rd edition finally published of CCM Certification Made Easy. And I took a week off, and I purposefully planned no major projects for the rest of the year. And I noticed that my weight was coming down, my blood pressure was coming down, and I was feeling better. And I thought, wow, this is really amazing. And Rajitha and I were talking about it, and she had told me about a similar transformation that she had, only her transformation was a little more, mine was just kind of haphazard and not planned, and there was no program involved. Rajitha has actually been able to put together a program that has gotten some significant results. So when I heard about it, I was like, this is great. I want to continue doing what I'm doing. I want to not need to take medications. I want to be happy. I want to be relaxed. I want to be stress-free. And I especially want to be that way. We have some major events coming up. We have weddings. I'm going to be visiting with my family. And as much as we all love our families, that can be very stressful when you're getting pulled in multiple different directions and you're trying to make everybody happy, especially living as far away as I do. I feel like I need to really just give 110% while I'm there. So Rajitha had a great idea about a program that she would kind of walk me through her program. But then we thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to do it with a group? And a group of you guys, our favorite case managers. So we realized how stressful case management is. Rajitha actually had found that she had much better results at work when she was going through, with the tips and the tactics and all the different things that she's done. Her work has improved. Her family life has improved. And so we decided we don't want to keep this to ourselves. We want to kind of share it with you guys. And we would like to go through this journey together. So I'm going to ask Rajitha some questions so that you guys can get a little more idea of what exactly we're going to be doing. So Rajitha, could you tell them first of all about the transformation that you noticed?
As you said, Deanna, I have been in case management. You are recently more of a case management role. And being a case manager, it's not an easy task. You're being pulled all over the place at work, and at home, all the responsibilities that we still have. So I was very, very stressful, constantly on the go, trying to do everything for everybody because I just don't want to let anybody down, my family or my work, because I am one of those type A personalities. Whatever I do, I want to do a good job. So it just came to such a point, like I could not take the stress anymore, having chronic back pains. That's when I said, okay, I need to reset. This is not working. And taking medication was not an option. Uh, did you know that these opiates that we take are pro-inflammatory? I did not realize that. And all the anxiety that we go through, it's all pro-inflammatory. And that's what causes even more. So that's when I said, okay, thinking about nutrition, yes, whatever we put into our body, that's what, is really affects how we feel and all of that. Plus, even though we could like really dense nutritionally meals into our body, sometimes it's still not working as effectively. That's when I went into more evidence, digging into the science. It's like, okay, how are our thoughts, our mind, how is it working? Because it's all connected. It starts with our mind, how we think, our processes, how we are processing things, our beliefs since childhood, how we were grown up, all the beliefs that we learned from our parents, our friends and family, the environment that we lived. And that's how it gets observed. So that's when I got into doing some meditation, breath work, yoga, and eating nutritionally dense meals and exercising. All this happened because I said, okay, I really want to change the way I'm living. I want a better life. And I really saw that, content inside of me. I was happy with whatever I was doing. And I heard my children say that, what happened to you, Mom? You're not getting angry or mad at things that we are doing. I was like, wow, my children are noticing me.
That says a lot.
That was a lot. My relationships, the way I was looking at things, it's like, I have control over what I do, but I don't have control over others. So I had to flip how I was thinking about what was going on around me. And I had to shut my phone off, shut my news off, that whatever was going to cause stress. So, but I was only able to do when I invested that time into me. That was the key, to invest that time into me, because if I am really energized and vibrant, then I can give more to everybody else around me. So that's where my journey started. And that's how I really saw that transformational change that I was talking to you about. And I put that program in, people that have been there in the program really loved. They said they have seen quite a bit of difference in their life.
I love that. I love it because it's so hard for other people. It's so hard sometimes for us to see the change we've gone through. But when your children are telling you, Mom, you're different. You're not as stressed out. You're not, snapping at little things anymore, the cry over spilt milk type of thing. So I think what I love about it is that it's evidence-based. So you're not just taking the latest fad that's out there, but you're actually using evidence-based, which we know as case managers, we should be practicing evidence-based. Also, one of the things that I find is I can go so far on my own, but then there's something about a sense of community. And I actually did the Facebook Live about that, and I've done a presentation for CMSA Chicago about that also, about how there's different things that can make you more successful. And one of those is doing something with a community, so that it's almost like, it's not like you're just letting yourself down, but you're letting the whole community down. So there, and then having an instructor or somebody to lead you so that you know what to do next. It's not, another thing that we know from our patients, it's not always lack of knowledge that's the problem. It's just that there's so much knowledge out there, and you almost get frozen like a deer in the headlights with all the choices. Should I be doing this or should I be doing that? And which one should I do first? And which is the most important? So with this program, you're going to walk us through step by step, little baby steps, and tell us what we need to be doing next so that we can get the transformation that we want. So can you talk a little bit about what exactly the program is going to include?
So in the program, once a week, you get all the different tasks that you need to do. It's very baby steps. It's not too much overwhelming. So once you have that, 3 days later, we will have a separate group coaching. In that, we will talk about all the challenges that you have had. How are you implementing? How can you change? How can you make it fit? Because everybody is different. Your lifestyle is different, Deanna, versus mine. And our environments are different. Our family dynamics are different. Our work dynamics are different. So that's what we are going to be talking about, a little bit more individualized. And during that time, how you have experienced while you were doing versus we all learn from each other in a group. And also there'll be a private Facebook group on a day-to-day basis. People can post questions, answer. So pretty much in this program every day, it's at least 30 minutes in the morning if you dedicate yourself in how you show up when you first wake up, and the gratitude and the expressive writing, breath work, meditation. The first thing we do when we are born, we think, what, we cry, right, as babies?
Yes.
Not really. It's the breath. Breath is the first thing we take when we are born. And then that's the last thing we do when we are dying. That's, breath is the last. And in reality, we are only using 30% of these ones. So we're going to, I'm going to walk you through how to expand that, increase that breath work and use some of those muscles that we have never used. Now, as I'm doing, I feel all that aches and pains because those were not used, all those muscles. And eating more nutritionally dense meals, how is that going to affect you? Whatever, wherever you are, it's going to meet you there at that point, because my choice of food and my taste is different versus yours. And how to include into small steps. And it's not going to be a perfect thing. It's like an ocean. We have those waves coming and going. And that awareness, when something like that happens, what are you going to do? When during the days where you are not able to focus and do, okay, at least the first thing is you're going to be aware of that. Hey, it did not go the way I wanted it. So how am I going to change and how am I going to shift for my next time when this happens, so I know how to handle things? So by doing this, you are going to be able to manage your day-to-day life, the stress that you manage at work. You can respond better to people. That love that you have within you, you're going to be able to spread. So it's like a bouncing ball. Whatever you send is going to come back to you. So even though, if you send a negative vibe, it's going to come back negative. So once you start learning about it, you're going to start sending that. Even somebody does not look at you right or say good morning to you, you're still going to respond with a smile and good morning. You know what? Second or third time back, they will come back responding to you much better. And that way you can respond so much better. And your patients know how you're showing up for them. Whether, even though you put up a good show, inside how you have, your patients can tell what your vibration is. And when you go home, you're going to come home with a full battery charged. That way you can talk to your family with a happy response and make dinner, spend time with them, versus don't talk to me today. I had such a bad day.
Those transitions are important. The transitions in our day are very important. And I love how you said you don't have to be perfect. I think Rajitha and I have the perfect gene tendency where we want everything to be perfect, which can cause us more stress. And when you have a mentor and a coach that's like, no, it's okay not to be perfect. It's a process, and you're going to go, those waves are going to come and you're going to go back and then you're going to go forward. And the important thing is to have forward progress. And the important thing is to have support there. We can look at the statistics that say, January 1st, everybody's on a diet. And by the end of January, nobody's on a diet. Well, I think that one of those reasons is because we think in our brains it's all or nothing. Everybody wants to start on a Monday, and it's always all or nothing, but it's not all or nothing. There are these baby steps. So we have Rajitha to guide us when we say, hey, I did really good for breakfast and lunch, but dinner just seems to be a mess, and I can't, and she can help us with that. Or I have I'm having problems transitioning here, or in the mornings I'm having we have somebody here to guide us and say, it's okay, look at the things you did right, and let's kind of build off of those, and not be spending so much time focusing on the negative. We want to improve the negative, but we have to acknowledge the baby steps that we make. And this is a 6-week program, so it's not like the first day you dive in and you're expected to do everything on day one. It's 6 weeks of just learning principles and building on them. And 30 minutes a day is, it's such a small amount if we can invest in ourselves. I think as case managers and as mothers and as parents and as wives and husbands, we don't tend to take care of ourselves. And, we all know the expression about, you have to put on your oxygen mask first, but it seems like we know it, but we don't always do it. And I have been so guilty of this in the past. And I've always said, as soon as I get through this phase, as soon as I get through this phase, as soon as I get the kids graduated, as soon as I get this book written, as soon as I get this course done, I'm always waiting for something to happen. And when I look back and I can see the times that I did take care of myself, I was so much more productive. I got so much more done. But then I kind of backslide and I start putting myself on the back burner. And again, it's amazing to me the amount of inflammation, the pain, the weight gain, all of these problems that we have because we just don't take a few minutes to take care of ourselves. And I'm really excited just about having the accountability and knowing that I'm going to have a group of us going through this together, and we are all going to be able to cheer each other on. And when we have a little bit of a bad day, we're going to have others there to kind of help us to get back on the next day. Don't turn that bad day into a bad week and a bad month and a bad year. Instead, we have Rajitha to help us to focus on what should we do and how can we maybe not have that. If we have those same trigger again, what can we do next time? Rajitha, I've talked a lot about why I am excited about doing this. Tell me why you're excited about it.
I am all excited about it because, I can help so many others. It's all about, that's what abundance is about. When I can spread that to others, whatever I know, that's the service I'm providing to everybody else. So that really makes me, that's abundant. We think abundance as some monetary thing and all. It's like, what can you do for the community? It's not what always me. How can I help everybody else and spread the love so that you can see the transformation? That really makes me happy when I see others say that, hey, I used what you asked me to do, and I feel so great. It's like, wow, that really glows my heart when I see that transformation in others that I have gone through. And this is a journey we are all going to go through together. There's, as you said, there's no perfect day or a bad day. We have to go through those moments, that's why we are humans, right? And it's not only taking care of us, it's also taking care of the next generation that we have respond. Just a quick story. I just heard the interview the other day about Indira Nooyi, the Pepsi CEO. She retired last year, and she was saying that when she first became president, she was so happy to come and share that information with her mother at home. And as soon as she walked into the house, she said, Mom, I want to tell you something. And her mom goes, go get milk. We don't have milk. And she was shocked. She's like, what are you talking about? She goes, we don't have milk. Go get it. She went and got the milk. And then later mom said, that's great. I'm happy for you. But when you walk into this house, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're a daughter. what your responsibility and she realized her priorities.
Oh, I love that. Mama doesn't care if you're the CEO
Yeah.
of Pepsi, you still got to go get the milk.
So we all have that, not just us, even all the celebrities, everybody, they all have their moments. They all go through, they invest in themselves in order to reach to those places wherever they are.
Yes, I love that. And I love that Mom brought her, a sense of reality. And that's good. We all need that. So we're going to be starting this. Let's kind of get some logistics out of the way. We're going to be starting this the first week of November. And we chose that time frame because we want to make sure that you have a great holiday season. As we said, the holidays can sometimes be the most stressful times in our lives. They can also bring a lot of depression. They can, for some people, so stress, depression, high cortisol levels, and inflammation, and it can lead to disaster. So we want to make sure that, especially with COVID and all the changes that are going on, and things might look different, we want to support you through this. We want to get you through it, and we want to do it again in a sense of community where we have a leader, somebody who is invested in us and we're invested in the group, and that we can just kind of go through this together and make sure that we have the 6 weeks from November into the through November into the beginning of December. We have learned how to be our best selves so that we can bring that to our families. And I think that's probably the best gift we can give ourselves and our families, is this person that they actually want to spend time with, and they're not walking on pins and needles wondering if Mom's going to be stressed out when she gets home from work or what's going on. So I think it's probably the best gift we can give to our families. And I know for me, during this time of COVID, I'm realizing how little things matter and how important relationships matter. So this is an investment in your relationships. It's an investment in yourself, in your health. And I also know I have heard a lot of people that have said that during COVID, because of all of this that's going on, we have the weight gain, just all of it's a stress. When we stress, we do things that make us comfortable, which aren't always the healthiest things to do. So this is a perfect time for us to kind of regain control of our bodies, of our lives, of our thoughts, of everything. This is a complete program. It's not a diet. It's not like we're not going to ask you to go out and get special foods that you can only buy, from some website or anything like that. It's nothing. It's just learning how to do things the right way that maybe we forgot, and how to set our minds in the morning, and it's a whole body program. It's a mind, body, soul type of things, which is really what I like about it. Is it's not just looking at one piece of the puzzle, but we're starting to build the pieces of the puzzle. We're starting to put all those little pieces in place so that we can actually have the tools that we need to be better for the holidays. So we are going to have some information in the comments. We'll have a link in the comments with how you can find more information. Rajitha, is there, I should have asked you this before, is there like an email address or something if people have questions for you that you'd like them to reach out to you at, or Facebook Messenger? What is the best way to reach you?
Yeah, they can email me at healthyyoucenter at gmail.com. We can put that in the comments.
Awesome.
To the email, and they can always reach me on Facebook Messenger too. But sometimes, the Messenger does not give, if you're not friends, it will not show up right away. So they can, reach me on Facebook or message me, or go to the website healthyyoucenter.com and message me from there too. Okay. So we'll also put the links at the bottom.
We will definitely put all the links in the comments. We'll also have some little graphics that we'll put in the group for the next couple weeks, so you can click on any of those. I know I also Facebook Messenger is like the least reliable way to get a hold of me. It just doesn't work well, and then things get lost and I can't find them, and yeah, it's just a mess. But anyway, and I can't type with one finger. So I usually I'll do that later, and then I can't find it later. But anyway, I digress. So we're really excited about this program. There is an investment for this. So it's going to be $4.99 for the 6 weeks of coaching, support, and getting you through the holiday season, getting you prepared for the holiday season. So we will have more information on the website with a link where you can get more information if you would like to know any more specifics. Reach out to Rajitha with any questions about the program, about any questions you may have. You can also post things in the comments here, and we can go ahead and answer them as they come up. But again, the best way is probably email. I know for some reason, Facebook, when I post a Facebook Live, I have multiple ones in my feed, and I don't always see the comments. I don't know why, but that's just a crazy problem I have with Facebook, apparently. So the best way to get a hold of Rajitha is at her email address, which we will have in the comments. And I'm really excited about this. And I'm especially looking forward to going through this with some friends from the group, where we can kind of have our own little Facebook group where we can talk about how our day went, maybe have some suggestions, something that went well, something that didn't go well, and get the support from the community, just like we have our case managers community where we all get support from each other. And then we have Rajitha to kind of guide us through. She's done this with other people. She's willing to do this with us now. And I'm really excited about that. Any final words?
All I want to say is this is a transformation. You're going to see a happy and a healthy you. It's a lifestyle change. So I am all excited and pumped up, Deanna, so that we can make a difference in our Facebook community.
I'm excited.
In our case management community.
Yeah. Yes, I'm excited too. And I'm excited to be going through this with others. Like I said, it's always nice to do this with a small group of people that are all on the same page and all want that transformation and are all supporting you. You can kind of cheer you on when we make those, when we see those changes and those transformations. So I'm really excited.
We're going to be celebrating together.
Yes, I love it.
All the little bits.
Okay, so that's it for this week's Facebook Live. We are so excited. This is actually a little bit different. It's a recording because me and my technology genes that are lacking, I couldn't figure out how to do it live and have Rajitha come on. Sometimes it gives me the option and sometimes it doesn't. So we didn't want to miss out. So we recorded it. We will be watching and we'll be filling in the comments. If you have any questions, we'll be searching the comments and looking for those questions. We'll answer them. We look forward to November starting this journey with you. And we'll see you again next week.
All right. Thanks, Deanna.
Thank you, Rajitha.